Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here today, my name is Odds, and we are going to be discussing The Mandalorian Season 3, Chapter 19, Episode 3, titled The Convert. This week is going to be about vindication for me because I was right. Yes. I mean, I could just pick up on storytelling cues and stuff that they're leading to, but I like saying that I'm right because I like having theories that turn out to be correct, even if the theories aren't so outlandish. So, yes, I was right about Bo-Katan, and I would hope so. I love her, and she's very special to me. She is my wife. But also me, because I cosplayed as her, so I feel like I am her, so she's both me and my wife, and that's neither here nor there. It is 8:30. It feels super late, which is funny because I slept in. I watched this during my lunch break. So yeah, if you're new here today, I would love for you to subscribe. I do 2 videos a week, Star Wars, beauty vlogs, Marvel, DC. There's something on this channel for everyone, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And if you like this video while you're watching, make sure to give it a big old thumbs up. Thank you for tuning into my video last week. I got over 100 views on it, so thank you guys for the support, even if you're clicking on the video and clicking right off. I appreciate the support. I know that I am not everybody's cup of tea, so appreciate that, and there's a lot of people that make videos like this, so I really appreciate it. So, as per usual, starting with a recap, and then I'll give you my thoughts at the end, including my vindication victory lap. So, I mentioned last week that there was a big monster at the end. That's the mythosaur. Didn't realize it because I'm an idiot until I went on Twitter and I was like, oh, it's the mythosaur. So, Bo sees the mythosaur at the end of last week's episode. She then proceeds to lie to Din about not seeing anything. She asks him if he saw anything. He says no. And then she says, oh yeah, never mind, I didn't see anything. Don't worry about it, bro, it's fine. They're on their way out when they get confronted by some TIE interceptors. So this pretty much sets up the episode to like remind you like, hey, remember the Empire. There's still a threat and there's still people that are loyal to the Empire. So that was the point of showing that. And also, they do destroy Bo-Katan's palace on Kalevala. So that's her home. She has no home to go back to. Poor little droid, probably destroyed in the bombing as well. So she escapes the Mandalorian homeworld. We don't find out where they go until the end of the episode. But that is more into my vindication. Majority of this episode is spent following Dr. Pershing and one of the other ex-Imperials, Elia Kane. I thought it was interesting. I mean, they did this in the Book of Boba Fett where they didn't follow Boba Fett at all. They followed the Mandalorian. This, they didn't really, they set up Mando at the beginning and at the end, but they didn't really show him in the middle of the episode at all. He wasn't shown in the middle of the episode. Didn't really have to do with him. Storylines are going to converge. But I think, again, this is laying more seeds for the sequel trilogy to show how the New Republic isn't really as strong as people are thinking it is. So, we follow Dr. Pershing. He's giving a symposium in Coruscant. Elia comes in. And then he goes back to what is called Amnesty Housing, and he sees her there and has a drink with her. And they form a friendship. She brings him biscuits from the Empire that he had missed because they're asking, like, what things do you miss? And at first he says nothing, but then he is like, oh, I actually miss these, like, biscuits. And she brings him some, and this sets up their friendship. There's cracks, we see the cracks in the New Republic. They're destroying Imperial technology. They're not focusing on any sort of advancements. They are instead, so they prohibit Dr. Pershing from doing any sort of experiments with cloning or genetic engineering. That's banned in the New Republic, which I find interesting. I mean, it could be an interesting commentary about how genetic engineering is very much frowned upon in our society as well. I feel like Star Wars always has, maybe not the best or most obvious commentary, social commentary, but I feel like they do incorporate it. Dr. Pershing decides that he wants to continue with his research because he wants to help the New Republic. He thinks that that research could really help. So him and Elia go out to the Imperial shipyard and go to get lab equipment. But when they come out, it's shown that it was a trap. She set him up, and he gets arrested and goes back into a facility where he needs to be reintegrated. So this reminds me very much of the reintegration programming they did in Vietnam after the war. So quite interesting. He gets put into like a machine called what is similar to a mind flayer. He's like, this is a mind flayer, and they're like, no, it's just similar. It's just a light dose. It's fine. And Ilya's there, and she turns it all the way up. So basically, he's either getting his brain wiped or he's gonna die. So we'll see what happens. She definitely can't get a good read on her. She's definitely not supposed to be good, but I can't get a really good read on her, so I don't know what exactly her role is going to be in the future. So that's the end of the middle part of the episode, and then we go back to Mando and Bo-Katan. They arrive at a Mandalorian covert. It's the covert that we saw in the first episode. It's Paz Vizsla, by the way. I've been being like, which one of the Vizslas is this? Paz Vizsla tries to bar them from entering, but then he's like, I bathe in the living waters, and then he's like, oh, what about you, Night Owl? Yeah, love the Night Owl mention. They go in, they see the armor, and she's like, did you bathe in the living waters? He's like, yes, I brought proof. She pours the water. She's like, yep, it's the living waters. And then is like, hey, Bo-Katan, have you taken your helmet off since then? And she's like, no. And she's like, well, you joined the covert family and have fun. You can be part of our cult. So, yeah. Tells her she can leave whenever she wants. But for the moment, she is part of the way. So, yeah. That's why I was right. I predicted she would join the covert at some point. I don't know if she's going to stay, but I think she's going to be with them for a little bit of time and see kind of how they live and get a better connection to being a Mandalorian than she did when she was ruling Mandalore, or part of the ruling family, because that didn't work out for her 2 times around. So, I guess 1 time around, because her sister was in charge and then her sister died. So, yeah. I was right. I love being right. This is one of the things about watching stuff like this that gets me happy, is like theorizing and then being right. I enjoy being right all the time, so. Grogu definitely tried to say this is the way. I didn't hear it at first, but then the reactions of Din and the reactions of Bo, you can definitely tell he's trying to say it. So, Grogu's first words, this is the way? Grogu's first word should be, Din. Hey, Din, what's up? But it sounds like his first words were, this is the way. So, yeah. At the age of 50-something, he is finally speaking. We're so proud of him. Good job, Grogu. Actually kind of excited to see where this New Republic stuff goes. I think they probably were going to put this in the Rangers of the New Republic series that was supposed to follow Cara Dune, but then Gina Carano got fired and literally fumbled the bag so hard that that show got canceled. So, yeah, Funny times. But that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode, this week's video on episode 3 of The Mandalorian. I think we have 8 episodes. Yes, we should have 8 episodes. We've had 8 episodes all the time. So next week will be the halfway point. Where do you think this season's going to go? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you on Saturday with my Shazam! Fury of the Gods review.